Okay, it is December 27th, Tuesday, and I'm not going to work. I'll go back until tomorrow. I'm going to meet some friends for breakfast and then play some board games like I normally do on Tuesday at the local hobby shop. But I want to talk about what's been happening on social media, at least the social media I follow. A bit of the hullabaloo that's been going on over the holidays, because I haven't been working, of course. I haven't been driving in my car, and I haven't been recording videos. So, what's been going on? All right. So there's this, most recently there's this guy, this professor at Drexel University, Giacolio, I don't know what his name is, anyway, some Italian name. If you see the guy's profile picture, he looks like the biggest hipster douche with this lame push broom mustache that you've ever seen. Anyway, so he's in a bit of there's a bit of controversy around a tweet that he put out there on Christmas Day saying, "All I want for Christmas is white genocide." And people are like, what the fuck? And if you go back and look at his tweets, he talks about white genocide quite a bit. He talked about how, it was one of the ones he said, make no mistake, the Haitian uprising, during the Haitian uprising, the massacre of whites was a good thing indeed, or something like that. And I'm like, what the hell? First off, this guy's a white guy, so he's talking about the death of his own people. But you know what? That's not surprising. I've got other friends on the left who are thinking, I've got a friend who's a vegetarian who thinks that the death of all humans would be a good thing. Not understanding that you're human, like just completely ignoring the fact that she's indeed a human. Anyway, not to get sidetracked. So, this guy's calling for the death of all white people. And then now there's an argument online between a couple of YouTube... Come on, buddy, get over. Don't be such a pussy. Jesus Christ. Between a couple of YouTube personalities, one of which is Mundane Matt and Sargon of Akkad. I follow them both on Twitter. So Sargon of Akkad came out with a video regarding this character. It's a very brief video. If you don't follow Sargon of Akkad on YouTube, you should. He's got some really good videos, and he speaks very well on these subjects. But he's calling for, one, the guy should have make a public apology for his tweets. I mean, he's not obligated to, but apparently the university's come out and said these do not represent the values of this university, and we will be consulting with this professor in the coming days. So Sargon of Akkad put out a video saying he would think that it would be a good idea, and he started a petition to have Drexel University record the proceedings of that meeting. Now, everyone's accusing him of trying to get the guy fired and engaging in SJW tactics that SJW is engaging with, people who have politics that they don't agree with. First off, I'm like, that's not quite the same. Asking to have the meeting recorded so that his opinions in an interrogation type of situation are free for all to hear. Because, when people say on Twitter, it's just stream of consciousness stuff. And sometimes people tweet things that aren't very well thought out. Case in point, myself, President-elect Donald J. Trump, he's come out and put out things that are just, they're right off the cuff. and he hasn't really thought much about them, or the blowback that might happen. And then other times I think he knows exactly what the blowback's going to be. Who knows? I mean, the guy's playing 4D chess. We're all playing checkers when it comes to media manipulation and constructing a narrative. And anyway, but back to this whole Sargon of Akkad thing. So he's calling for the meeting between Drexel University and this professor Giacomo, or his name is, to be recorded, so and uploaded, so people can get an idea of what this guy really thinks, get an idea of how this guy qualifies his remarks, and also because basically I think people would like to hear him eat crow to his administrators. I think also there's maybe a little bit of train wreck kind of sick fascination. People don't want to let go of things that are controversial. They want to watch them and drag them out as long as they can. But one of the things that really shook me was this guy, like I said, he's called for white genocide before. He's called for, he's called for the death of whites before. He's called the massacre of white people a good thing. And I'm sure he's a Black Lives Matter supporter. I'm sure he has no problem with, cops being shot in protest to, recent shootings by police of, black people they've been trying to apprehend. I'm sure he's completely on board with that. I haven't looked at his tweets to see, but apparently his tweet account is locked right now. I guess he locked it so that people can't either comment or retweet his stuff or what have you. But the internet is forever. People have managed to take screen caps of everything he's done. But one of the things that really bothered me about Matt Jarbo, Monday Matt, in his exchange with Sargon, was that he was saying, the guy's just stating opinion. He's not actually advocating for white genocide. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure when you say this is what I want, you're advocating for that thing. Saying I don't like group X is an opinion. Saying I wish group X was exterminated, or I want group X to be exterminated, that's not an opinion. That's advocacy. So anyway, that's my point on that. But one of the things that bothered me about this professor is in some of his tweets he's come out and said that he is a communist. Not that he has a nuanced opinion of communism, or that he likes some concepts from communism, or he agrees with some principles in communism, in Marxism, but he is a communist. And for me, that's a big red flag. In my opinion, in terms of political science, communism is creationism. It's a complete intellectually bankrupt political philosophy. It's like creationism has been proven wrong with the fossil record and evolutionary biology and the study of genes. Communism has been proven wrong with the last 2 centuries of history. Everywhere communism has been tried, everywhere socialism has been tried, it has failed, and it causes nothing but misery. And even from a philosophical perspective, even if you logically examine communism, you can see that it is a morally bankrupt philosophy. It's one of these things people say, well, communism, it's good on paper. It's just never been practiced, correctly. It's not good on paper. It never was a good idea. It was never a moral idea. And it's not that people aren't following it correctly, or it hasn't been implemented correctly. It's that it violates basic human nature. It violates basic human tendency. And it violates a concept. It views human beings as being nothing more than parts of a social machine, as opposed to individuals with individual choices, individual desires, individual needs. It's like I said, it's a failed philosophy. And to have a university professor come out in defense of communism and say, I'm a communist. That's like having a biology, and he's a history and politics professor, by the way. That's like a biology teacher saying, I'm a creationist. So for that reason alone, I think Drexel University should can the son of a bitch. And it's not a matter of, well, that's not having intellectual diversity. It's not a matter of having intellectual diversity. There are certain philosophies and certain hypotheses that have just been proven wrong. And it's, flat Earth. Flat Earth theory is another one of them. Hollow Earth theory is another one of them. These things are demonstrably false. Just like communism is demonstrably false. It is not a complete, a necessary, or a well thought out means of forming a political system. People say, well, it looks good on paper. Not really. I mean, it sounds nice. If people weren't people, if people were ants, it'd be nice. I'm gonna get in front of this guy. He's gonna piss me off because I keep cutting him off. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, yeah, the white genocide thing. That's ugly enough. That's vulgar, to be sure. But the fact that he's a communist and he teaches political science and he teaches history, it's like he's completely. You have to be completely ignorant of history to teach history and advocate politically for communism. That's just, you could say, well, that's just your opinion, man. Yeah, you could invoke the dude and say that, sure. But the opinion is well reasoned by 200 years of history. By looking at the world, and everywhere where communism's been tried, it's failed. And it's not only has it failed, it's caused nothing but misery and death. So, that's just my opinion, and my opinion is borne out by facts. So, So I'm meeting my friends for breakfast at Denny's. And yes, we have Denny's in Canada. A lot of people who are in America, who maybe people are American and watch this video, might think that Denny's is a wholly American thing. We don't have Carl's Jr. here. I wish we did. We have Five Guys. But we also have Denny's. You know what we don't have here that I really, really would love to have here? Steak and Shake. Steak and Shake is... When we went to Indianapolis last year, my God, Steak and Shake is like the best thing ever. Anyway, pulling up to Denny's now. Gonna get out, hang out with my friends, have some breakfast, probably do the Grand Slam. I'm pretty hungry. And then we're gonna go play some board games. I got a game over the holidays. It wasn't a gift. I bought it for myself while visiting a shop, but and I bought it for New Year's. It's called a Moral Dilemma, and basically it's as a player you're put into a position of arguing one moral position or another, and people, I guess, they guess what your moral position is going to be based on how much they know you, and then they you get points, I guess, for guessing correctly. I don't know exactly how it works, but anyway, I feel bad because they're all here and I'm the last one to arrive because I slept. They're all gonna give me shit for it. Whatever. All right, I'm out.